Have you ever felt like you're standing in the middle of a never-ending storm? Like each ferocious wave crashes down, sweeping away everything you once thought was solid? Perhaps you're facing financial difficulties, a broken relationship, or simply the daily pressures weighing down on your shoulders. The feeling of helplessness, fatigue, or even despair might be all too familiar to you right now. I understand. I've been there more than once. That feeling of being knocked down by life, that feeling of being the loneliest person in the world. And I know that, in that moment, what you might want most is a shortcut, an easy way out. But there's a truth that you may not have realized yet. Life owes you nothing. It doesn't promise smoothness or ease. And that, perhaps, is the most wonderful thing that life gives you. In this video, we'll delve into crucial life lessons, the raw truths that you may not have heard before. These lessons will not only help you overcome the storms, but also help you become stronger than ever. We will explore the hidden power within you, a power that perhaps you didn't even know you possessed. We won't seek pity, we'll seek resilience. We won't wait for someone to save us, we'll save ourselves. Perhaps you're asking yourself, why me? Why is life so unfair to me? I'm sure these questions have popped into the minds of every one of us. We often tend to look for a reason, an explanation, someone to blame. We want to know why bad things happen to us. But perhaps the truth is that life isn't fair. It doesn't operate according to a formula or rule that we can understand. Some people seem to be born at the finish line, while others struggle every day to survive. Some people succeed easily, while others have to sweat and shed tears just to achieve a little success. And sometimes that very unfairness is the motivation for us to grow. The difficulties and challenges we face are not to knock us down, but to forge our will so we can discover our limits and the hidden power within us. I remember there was a time when I felt like I was trapped in a vicious cycle. Everything seemed to go wrong, from work and finances to personal relationships. I worked hard, tried my best, but nothing seemed to improve. I felt frustrated, angry, and began to doubt myself. I kept asking why. Why is this happening to me? But then one day I realized that this unfairness was a gift. It was a reminder that life had no obligation to treat me kindly. It was a test to see if I was strong enough to stand up and keep fighting. And you know what? When I stopped complaining and blaming, I started to see other things. I realized that the very difficulties and challenges gave me the opportunity to discover hidden strengths that I didn't know I had. I realized that I wasn't as weak as I thought. I realized that I could overcome anything. Perhaps you are the same. Perhaps right now you feel weak and helpless. But I want to tell you that you are not alone. Inside you, there is a hidden power, a flame waiting to be ignited. You just need enough courage to believe in yourself, to discover it. And that's what we'll be exploring in this video. Together, we will delve into 6 crucial life lessons, lessons that will not only help you overcome difficulties, but also make you stronger than ever. Are you ready? Let's start with a truth that perhaps many people don't want to hear. You are not entitled to an easy life. You might feel that this is unfair, cruel, but that's the truth. Life doesn't owe you a smooth path, doesn't promise easy successes, and doesn't guarantee eternal happiness. In modern society, we are often bombarded with messages of comfort, enjoyment, and quick success. We often tend to believe that we deserve an easy life, a life without suffering. We forget that life always has its ups and downs, and it is these ups and downs that make us who we are. But I want to tell you that this truth is actually a wonderful thing. When you realize that life owes you nothing, you will stop waiting for a miracle. You will stop hoping for things that are not real. You will stop blaming fate. Instead, you will start taking action. You will start creating your own path. You will start taking responsibility for your life, and that is true liberation. When you no longer expect an easy life, You will no longer be disappointed when life becomes difficult. You will become stronger, more resilient, and more invincible. I understand that accepting this truth may not be easy. We often tend to cling to illusions and empty hopes. We want to believe that we can control everything, that we can avoid suffering, but that's just a beautiful dream, a dream that's not real. Life is not perfect. It always has surprises, challenges, and difficulties. But it's these things that make life interesting and worth living. It's these difficulties that give us the opportunity to grow, to mature, to discover our potential. So stop expecting an easy life. Accept the imperfection of life. Accept that there will be times when you have to face difficulties, suffering, and failure. But don't let those things knock you down. Use them as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Rise from the darkness and shine in your own way. When you are in the middle of a storm, when everything seems to be collapsing, you may feel like you are trapped in a never-ending cycle. The feelings of pain, helplessness, and despair can make you feel like you can't escape. But remember, no storm lasts forever. Just like everything else in life, difficulties are only temporary. They may come and go, but you remain. You will continue to exist. You will continue to live, and you will continue to grow. I know that when you're in that situation, these words may not mean much. You may not believe that things will get better, that the storm will pass. But try to look back at your life. You have been through difficult times, dark periods, and you have overcome them. You once thought you could never get up again, but eventually you stood firm. You have survived 100% of your worst days. You have proven to yourself that you have the strength to face anything life throws at you. And that's what you need to remember, even when you're feeling your weakest. But more importantly, don't let the difficulties define you. Don't let pain, disappointment, or failure become a part of who you are. Accept them, learn from them, and then let them go. Remember that difficulties are just a lesson, an opportunity for you to grow, to become stronger. They are not a sentence, not a punishment. They are just a part of life, and you have the right to choose how you face them. So don't let the pain linger too long. Allow yourself to grieve, to be disappointed, but don't let those negative emotions control you. Get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. Remember that you are stronger than you think, and you have the strength to overcome anything. The storm will pass, but you will remain stronger, wiser, and more invincible. In life, you may lose many things: money, jobs, relationships. But there is one thing you never lose, and that is your mind. And that is the most powerful tool you have. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It can inspire you, help you overcome difficulties, but it can also drag you down into the abyss of negativity and despair. And the important thing is, you have control over your mind. You are not a victim of negative thoughts, fears, or doubts. You can choose the thoughts you want to focus on. You can train your mind just like you train a muscle. You can turn your mind into an ally, a powerful tool to help you achieve everything you want. I remember that in the past, I was often haunted by negative thoughts. When faced with a difficulty, I would often tend to think of the worst possible things that could happen. I would create scenarios of failure, dark visions, and in the end, I would be paralyzed by fear. But then I realized that it was those negative thoughts that were holding me back. It was my own mind that was my greatest enemy. And when I learned to control my mind, when I learned to replace negative thoughts with positive ones, my life changed completely. So, start training your mind today. Pay attention to your thoughts. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Focus on what you can control instead of what you cannot. Use your mind as a tool to create your reality. You can do it. You have the strength. Just believe in yourself. We come to another painful but also extremely important truth. Life owes you nothing. You may feel that you have worked hard, you have treated everyone well, You have gone through a lot of suffering, and you deserve a better life. But the truth is that life doesn't work that way. It doesn't care about your efforts, your sacrifices, your suffering. It doesn't discriminate, doesn't favor, and is completely indifferent to your desires. You may feel that this is unfair. You may feel disappointed. But I want to tell you that this truth is actually a liberation. When you stop expecting life to treat you fairly, you will stop being disappointed. You will stop feeling like a victim of fate. Instead of waiting for life to give you good things, start creating them yourself. Start taking responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others, circumstances, or fate. You don't need to wait for a miracle. You don't need to rely on anyone. You have everything you need right inside you. You have the strength, the will, the potential. Just believe in yourself. You can achieve anything you want. So stop expecting life to treat you well. Accept the fact that you have to create the life you want yourself. Start taking action today. Work hard, persevere, never stop learning, and believe that you can achieve everything. That is the key to strength, freedom, and success. Life is not without pain. It can come from losses, failures, sadness. It can come from unexpected events, unavoidable difficulties. Pain is a part of life, and we cannot avoid it. But there is an important difference between pain and suffering. Pain is a natural experience, a reaction of the body and mind to undesirable things. Suffering, on the other hand, is how we react to pain. Suffering is the negative thoughts, negative emotions, and negative behaviors that we create from pain. For example, when you lose a loved one, you will feel pain. That is completely natural and reasonable. But if you allow that pain to haunt you, if you allow it to drag you into a cycle of despair and suffering, then that is your choice. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. You can choose to accept pain, learn from it, and keep moving. You can choose to turn pain into motivation, strength, and an opportunity to grow. Pain is a part of life, but suffering is a choice. You have the right to choose not to suffer. You have the right to choose happiness. You have the right to choose to live a meaningful life, no matter what difficulties you face. So don't let suffering control you. Accept pain, but don't let it turn into suffering. Focus on what you can control, live a life you are proud of, and remember that you have the strength to overcome anything. That is the key to liberation, peace, and happiness. And here is another harsh truth that we need to accept. The world doesn't stop for you to heal. No matter what difficulties you are going through, no matter how much you are suffering, the world will keep turning, time will keep passing, and life will go on. You may feel that this is unfair, heartless. You may feel that you need time to heal, to rest, to recover. But the truth is, you can't wait for the world to stop. You have to keep living, keep taking action, even when you are in pain. Of course, you need to allow yourself to grieve, to rest, to heal. But you can't let the healing process become an excuse for you to stop to avoid life. You can't wait until you are completely healthy to start living. You have to learn how to heal while still moving forward. You may feel that you are not strong enough, that you cannot overcome these difficulties. But I want to tell you that you are stronger than you think. You have been through many difficulties, and you have overcome them. You have the strength to face anything life throws at you. Keep moving forward, even when you are in pain. Heal while continuing to live. Turn the difficulties into opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Remember that the world is not waiting for you, but you can still create a wonderful life for yourself, despite all the difficulties. So, stop waiting, stop avoiding, start taking action today. Live a life you are proud of, and remember that you have the strength to overcome everything. You can create a good life, even if the world doesn't stop for you. So we've gone through 6 crucial life lessons together, lessons that will help you overcome difficulties and become stronger than ever. We've learned that you are not entitled to an easy life, Difficulties don't last forever, but you do. Your mind is your greatest ally. Life owes you nothing. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice, and the world doesn't stop for you to heal. Maybe these lessons aren't easy to accept. Maybe they make you feel uncomfortable. But I believe that if you truly understand and apply them, your life will change completely. I want to tell you that you are not alone. We all have to face difficulties and challenges, but the important thing is that we never give up. We must always believe in ourselves, in the hidden power within us. We must always keep moving forward, even when we are feeling pain and fatigue. Remember that difficulties are only temporary. They will pass, but you remain. You are stronger than you think. You can overcome anything. You don't need to wait for anyone to save you. You can save yourself. Don't let anything knock you down. Keep standing up, keep fighting, and keep living a meaningful life. You deserve a wonderful life, and you have the strength to create it. Now, go out there and face the world. Conquer every challenge. Shine in your own way. You can do it. I believe in you. After all the above sharing, I would like to take some time to summarize my personal experiences and advice. I have been through many difficulties, and I understand that overcoming them is not easy. But I also learned that it was those very difficulties that helped me grow, become stronger, and discover my potential. Here are some things I want to share with you. Accept imperfection. Don't try to be perfect and don't expect a perfect life. Accept your shortcomings, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Focus on what you can control. You cannot control everything in life, but you can control how you react to it. Focus on what you can control, and don't worry about what you can't. Train your mind. Your mind is a powerful tool. Train it to focus on positive things and avoid negative thoughts. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own path, and you don't need to compare yourself to anyone. Focus on your own journey and be proud of what you have achieved. Seek support. Don't hesitate to seek support when you need it. You don't have to face every difficulty alone. Share with people you trust and allow them to help you. Always have hope, no matter how difficult life may be. Always keep a little hope for yourself. Believe that things will get better, and you have the strength to overcome everything. Live every moment to the fullest. Don't let difficulties make you forget that life is a gift. Live every moment to the fullest, be grateful for what you have, and create beautiful memories. And finally, I want to say that you are stronger than you think. You can overcome anything. You can create a life you dream of. Just believe in yourself. You can achieve anything. Keep moving forward, never give up, and remember that I am always with you. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully, my sharing has helped you gain more strength and motivation to overcome difficulties. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next videos. I wish you good health, happiness, and success.